Good morning, everyone. It's Kristin at Leftovercakechat. Happy Sunday. I am coming to you live from Key West, Florida today. And, it says I can share my video. Facebook has all kinds of new options. It's crazy. They're probably going to start commenting on me any minute. So I'm in the Keys for a wedding. Staying hydrated. It's super hot, so really important to drink a lot of water and essential oils to keep you going. Very excited for Emily and Jameson this week. They are celebrating with their families from Indiana and all over, actually. It's a small wedding. Has been shifted, so people are coming in, but there are just a very intimate group of 30 people coming to celebrate with them. And they are actually, thus the fishing attire. They are out today. We've got some people fishing. We've got some people out at the dry tortugas. That's what makes Key West so amazing. And all of the Keys for destination weddings is you kind of have something going on for everyone. So it's a big destination for water sports, fishing, history. It's not a big beach place, although we have Fort Zach is lovely in Key West. And as you go up the Keys, there, obviously are other state parks and small beaches that you can go to. Some of the resorts here have small beaches if you do want to get married, feet in the sand, but it's really not a big beach destination. So, that's what we're doing. I've got a few things I want to talk to you about. I attended an international wedding festival, co-hosted, I should say, recently, and a lot of things that are coming up for destination weddings and weddings all over the world, really, for 2021, obviously are the micro small weddings, given everything going on with COVID-19 and the pandemic. Most of the world is very restricted on the number of amounts of people that can gather and where they can gather and how long they can gather, and actually the times of day that they can gather, which was very interesting. So some of the things that I took away from this that I wanted to share with my clients and people that are looking to have us guide them in their wedding planning journey from here on, because it is going to be an interesting one, at least for, I'm going to say, the next year, and who knows? That's just my prediction. So people are getting a little creative because they are at home and there's not a lot to be going on at the moment, and not visiting vendors and partners, wedding partners, like they typically would. People are getting into video invitations where they are actually recording personal messages to each of their guests, since it is a smaller guest list, and asking them to attend their wedding in person. So either by video invitation or by Zoom, Facebook Messenger. There's all kinds of options, obviously, for video now. We know that all too well. And some people are even creating YouTube channels so you can follow the wedding planning journey along with them, which is still a very interesting one, especially everything that we have going on right now. Wedding apps are kind of making a resurface. They were hot for a few years and went away, and now they are coming back. So you can, again, follow along through wedding apps with some people on their journey. So that is the tech side of things. One thing that I love is the design trend has completely shifted. So we are all going to be creating designs now. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Erin. Good morning, I think, Gail. I'm trying to see the little pop-up people. They don't give me names anymore, just Facebook pictures. So if I don't say hello, don't take it personally. I can't see what your photo is. So these new designs that are coming up are basically to safely distance everyone at weddings. And what that's going to do is allow you to just get very eclectic. So we've got round tables, rectangular tables, small squares, even high tops where people are just mixing it all up. And not only are they mixing up the table sizes to distance people, they're then mixing up like linen colors and napkin colors and charger colors and even the centerpieces just to make it very fun and aesthetically different. So we're all trying to find humor, a little bit of humor in having to reschedule right now because we don't want people to feel negative about it. It was for their safety and the safety of all of those around us. So they're trying to find a little bit of humor using some signage. I've even read about one couple that brought in a comedian to do a little live act about how many times they had to reschedule their wedding, which is very creative. They are in the entertainment industry, so it's fitting for them. So yeah, mix it up. Mix up linens, mix up colors, mix up chair styles with smaller groups and smaller amounts of rental items. It's easy to do that and can be really fun. So you can bring in both of your styles or, even just create different tables for different guests. So if you've got family coming from New England, maybe you do something New England theme at that table. If you've got family coming from Hawaii, then you would do something at that table based on Hawaii. So just have fun with it. Get really personalized. I mean, the theme for 2021 is definitely personalization and details. We always want to make it about our clients. This is your day. But I think that right now, you have more time to sit and think about it and actually personalize things. So even down to, collecting old antique jewelry or beach shells or anything that you want to personalize, menu cards and things like that are going to be, or place cards, anything that's going to be placed at your wedding. Just because, again, you are probably going to have smaller groups, so it's going to allow you to be able to personalize things so much more. So multiple tents too. So even if a lot of things are going to be outdoors and spread out. So you're gonna have a lot of garden weddings, outdoor weddings during the day, probably do different tent sizes, do different even tent colors. You could do a clear tent, you can do a colored tent, you could do tent with different color lighting. If you are doing it at night versus in the daylight, just be careful with the clear tent and where you're having your wedding, because that can quickly turn into a greenhouse effect if it's super hot out and you've got a tent that's clear. So just be mindful of that. And obviously as planners, we would not be advising you on that, for instance, right now in Key West, because you would be melting. Brunch weddings are, kind of a big thing. You're going to see a lot of weddings that have had to be rescheduled next year. So the norm of a Friday, Saturday wedding is not going to happen. Well, it's going to happen, but I think most of those dates are probably gone. So you're going to see a lot of people rescheduling for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And there's some great negotiations for pricing on that. But you're also just going to have people getting married every day of the week next year. A lot of companies are being really flexible with that, whereas before people would just think they were going to a weekend wedding, and I think those days are gone. So Bloody Mary bars, mimosa bars, anything that you can do to contain your guests having to keep going up and interacting with other people they might not be comfortable with, and some people might be, it's completely up to them. But just try to contain things. So like mini champagne splits versus someone having to, pour champagne in and out of a glass and reuse it constantly. So if you are using any type of disposable products, please make sure they're sustainable. There's plenty of product out there that you can buy that is recyclable and sustainable, so that you are coming from the Keys, keeping the ocean in mind. Mother Ocean appreciates that, and Mother Nature. So what else? Touch-free, touchless. Yeah, so even like Whereas before you'd have people passing the microphone to do toasts and going up and back and forth to the DJ and the band and requesting music. All of those things are going to be minimalized. Not even drinking champagne this morning. That was a tough one. So you're going to find that people are going to request music or ask you to request music, songs, choices, artists in the beginning, perhaps even in your RSVP card, to have that already prepared. And again, just distance as much as possible in the next few months. Welcome boxes. So welcome bags are like one of my favorite things. A lot of people are doing welcome boxes that are actually being mailed in advance to people. Recently we have seen masks, hand sanitizers, things like that. As things start to shift, I don't know if those will be included, but they are popular items right now. Little tiny notes that tell their love story. So you might be invited to a wedding because you've met someone through work, but you don't know their story. So some couples are actually personalizing these boxes to tell a little bit about their love story. Maybe they met at a Red Sox game, and they're going to send you peanuts from Fenway in there. Maybe they met at a movie. It was their first date. They're going to send you movie theater candy. Just really personalizing things that tell their story, which I think is super cool and fun. And mailing these in advance so people don't have to travel back with them, which I think is great. Bathroom attendants. Now this is an interesting one that popped up. So having somebody actually in a restroom, which is popular in a lot of larger resorts, but sometimes if you're actually at an outdoor wedding and you have one of the outdoor restrooms, you probably wouldn't see it as much, but just someone constantly refreshing and cleaning the restrooms. Sounds kind of crazy, I know, but not right now. Everyone is so paranoid about germs that I think this is actually something that I know I would appreciate as a guest and a planner. Let's see, what else? Anything disposable I talked about. Just again, make sure it's environmentally friendly. God, I'm having a hard time talking today. Maybe I need some more water. Stand by, hydrating. Okay. And then I think lastly, I'm going to talk about, and this is actually happening at the wedding that I'm doing this week. They were very cautious and prepared for this in that they are not doing any type of food setup where people are having to gather closely in lines and, use the same utensils to dish things out. So, pass everything that you possibly can in small portions that people can just grab and have as their own. Even little mini charcuterie boards are being created. So versus it being, charcuterie boards that were built for 40, 50 people now are being individualized, which very sweet. Food trucks, are popular where you can just walk up individually and grab something from the people actually making it right there for you on property. So buffets are kind of out. There's going to be really no family style service and no buffets that I foresee for quite some time. Not a big fan of buffets anyway, but I do love family style because I just think people can take the portions that they want versus throwing away and wasting, large portions that they take. So a lot of really cool things happening. People are still going to get married no matter what happens. They are going to find a way, which I think is important. It absolutely should be about the two of you getting married. We've always said that. Swivel Group Events has been doing virtual wedding planning for over 2 decades. As destination planners, we hardly ever get to meet our clients in person right away. Eventually, yes. But typically everything was done over the phone, or we would actually do Skype, Facebook, now Zoom, Microsoft Teams has been added to the list. So all kinds of ways to work with us virtually for your wedding planning, no matter where it is. We do have the planning moons that are still taking place where you can come in and actually work with me one-on-one over a weekend in Florida. Are taking reservations for that as of November 1st. So that is an option. Our planning retreats, our bridal retreats, are not taking place until 2021. And as soon as we can safely announce dates for those, we will. And let's see, if you just have quick questions, you can jump on here on Sundays and ask me. If it's for one of the other team, we will get those answered for you. And you can also just set up a quick virtual phone call. If you don't want to hire a planner full time or even for a day of, you have the option to just set up a chat and talk with someone virtually that way. So I think that's it. I've got lots to do for Emily and Jameson this week. I'm excited for them. And I will be back on the mainland next Sunday. So looking forward to chatting to you then. Paul, bring them on camera. They're at the Dry Tortugas. Paulie, go make their wedding cake and cookies. Paulie from Key West Cakes is chiming in this morning. I will bring them on camera when they get back from the Dry Tortugas. How's that? They are a lovely, adorable little couple. So that's all I've got for you today. If you have any questions, let us know through our Facebook groups, Swivel Group Events, or the Bridal Retreat, or Leftover Cake Chat. I look forward to chatting with you all next Sunday. Have an awesome week, and thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.